It was a bright, crisp Saturday afternoon, and Maya stood at the entrance of Café Lumière, a hidden gem nestled in a quiet corner of the city. She had been waiting for this moment for 3 weeks. 3 weeks of late-night calls, shared laughs, and sweet messages with someone she had never met in person. The anticipation buzzed in her veins like electricity. Today was supposed to be the day. Her phone buzzed in her pocket, a message lighting up the screen. She stared at it for a moment before opening the text. "I'll be there in 10 minutes. I promise." It was from Daniel, the guy she'd been chatting with incessantly. 3 weeks of building a connection, but she had to admit, she was nervous. The idea of meeting someone who seemed so perfect on screen felt surreal. Was he as charming as he appeared in the videos? Was the chemistry as strong in real life? Taking a deep breath, Maya entered the cafe. The warm scent of freshly brewed coffee greeted her, and she couldn't help but smile. The interior was cozy, with soft lighting and elegant decor. It felt like a perfect setting for what was supposed to be a magical moment. She approached the counter and caught the eye of the barista. After a polite exchange, she ordered her usual, a caramel latte with extra foam, and then walked to the back, where a quiet corner table awaited her. It was intimate, tucked away from the bustle of the cafe. She glanced at her watch. Daniel would be here soon. He had to be. As time ticked by, Maya tried to keep her nerves in check. She checked her phone again. Nothing. The seconds stretched, each minute making her feel more uncertain. She started to fiddle with the edge of the napkin, a mixture of excitement and disappointment swirling inside her. 10 minutes turned to 20, then 30. She couldn't help but feel a gnawing sense of betrayal. What was happening? Where was Daniel? She glanced around the cafe, trying to distract herself from the growing doubt in her chest. That's when her eyes fell on the cafe owner behind the counter, a tall, handsome man with an unmistakable presence. He was rearranging some cups, his sharp jawline and dark hair catching the soft lighting as he moved. He looked familiar, almost as if he had stepped out of one of those dreams where everything felt just a little too perfect. Maya's thoughts were interrupted by her phone buzzing again. She quickly grabbed it, her heart pounding in her chest, but it was just another text from Daniel. "Sorry, something came up. Can we reschedule?" That was it. Maya stared at the screen, a mix of disappointment and frustration washing over her. 3 weeks of waiting, and this was the outcome. She took a deep breath, trying to compose herself. She wasn't going to let this ruin her day. The thought of walking out of the cafe and heading home, defeated, almost tempted her. But as she stood up, her gaze once again met the cafe owner's eyes. He had been watching her from behind the counter, his gaze soft but curious. There was something about his stare, something that felt unexpectedly warm, like he understood her disappointment without her saying a word. Maya took a hesitant step towards him, her emotions swirling. Before she could turn away, he spoke, his voice calm and reassuring. "Are you all right?" Maya blinked, startled by the question. She hadn't expected him to speak to her, let alone ask something so personal. I was supposed to meet someone here," she replied, her voice trailing off. "But I guess they're not coming." The cafe owner nodded, his expression softening as he approached the counter, the hint of a smile on his lips. "It's a shame when plans don't work out, but sometimes unexpected things happen." She managed a small, grateful smile, but her heart was still heavy with the weight of disappointment. "Well, if you don't mind staying a little longer, I could offer you a drink on the house. A little consolation, maybe," he said with a light chuckle. Maya hesitated. She had been stood up, but there was something inviting about his offer. It was as if he wasn't just offering her a drink, but a chance to feel heard. She took a deep breath. "I'll take you up on that." He smiled more warmly now, his eyes crinkling at the edges. As he moved to prepare the drink, Maya's mind raced. Was this moment a sign of something new? She had no idea, but there was something about him that felt different. As she sat back down at her table, still processing everything, she couldn't help but wonder about this unexpected encounter. What would happen next?